Ya, membantu menentukan pendidikan anak.
Kalau dari saya sih membantu menentukan masa depan anak ya.
Memangnya kenapa, Pak?
Soalnya fenomena dunia saat ini saya merasa khawatir ya bahwa masa depan anak itu kemungkinan sangat berat.
Kemudian yang jadi pertanyaan saya itu, anak saya mau kuliah di mana? Itu yang jadi pertanyaan saya sebagai orang tua.
Bapak tertarik nggak buat bincang-bincang sama orang tua dan mahasiswa juga?
Wah, boleh banget tuh, Mas.
Sangat tertarik sekali, Mas.
Nah, di dalam situ ada kotak kecil. Boleh dibuka, Pak? Di sini nanti ada mahasiswa juga yang bisa sharing perspektif mereka. Ya, siapa tahu mereka juga punya jawaban yang Bapak harapkan.
Halo. Halo.
Halo, Pak. Halo.
Ibu dulu pernah punya kekhawatiran juga nggak mengenai untuk kuliah anak?
Saya mengalami hal itu juga ya, kebingungan saya pada saat mencari universitas yang baik untuk anak saya. Dan entah kenapa ya pada saat anak saya mau kuliah, itu saya tertuju pada berita-berita yang negatif.
Ya, betul banget itu.
Padahal kita sebenarnya bisa lebih fokus terhadap hal-hal yang kita kontrol dan hal-hal positif mengenai anak-anak kita.
Apa sebenarnya harapan Bapak terhadap perguruan tinggi anak Bapak nanti?
Yang jelas reputasi kampusnya bagus, sudah teruji, dan juga memiliki jaringan luas terhadap perusahaan-perusahaan besar.
Harapan paling utama adalah kesiapan mengenai kerja untuk kerja, kemudian untuk jurusan yang relevan pada zaman dan cita-cita anak.
Nah, relevan terhadap zaman itu penting banget, Pak. Karena itu juga jadi salah satu bahan pertimbangan aku dan orang tuaku dulu waktu nyari tempat kuliah. Makanya itu aku pilih BINUS, karena di BINUS juga ada minor program. Di sana kita bisa pilih nih program lain di luar dari pilihan utama kita. Aku pribadi suka banget sih sama program itu, soalnya nambah wawasan aku banget.
Dan setelah aku kuliah di BINUS, rasanya juga senang banget sih, Pak. Dan benar-benar nggak ada rasa penyesalan juga. Yang dimana aku ngerasa jadi lebih punya jiwa entrepreneurship, yang padahal dulu benar-benar sempat nggak kepikiran sama sekali sih.
Dan aku rasa sih bukan cuman dari segi kualitasnya aja sih ya yang oke untuk BINUS, tapi dari segi fasilitasnya juga bantu aku pribadi buat ngedorong potensi-potensi apa aja sih yang ada dalam diri aku, sehingga aku tuh bisa lebih improve lagi basic skills atau skill lain yang bisa bantu aku untuk karir kedepannya, seperti creative class dan smart class yang ada. Itu jadi salah satu favorit aku juga di kampus.
Wah, keren ya. Penasaran nih, kalau program yang paling kamu suka dari kampusmu itu apa?
Kalau yang paling aku banggain dari BINUS itu yang pasti program yang namanya 2+1+1. Kalau Bapak Ibu tanya ke mahasiswa lain, aku yakin pasti mereka juga jawabnya program ini deh. Soalnya kita tuh dapat kesempatan ya sebagai mahasiswa untuk ngerasain gimana sih belajar di multi kampus gitu. Dan kita juga dikasih kesempatan juga buat ngerasain praktek langsung salah satu dari 7 bidang yang ada, seperti internship, entrepreneurship, research, community development, study abroad, further study, dan specific independent study. Kita dibikin siap banget nih, gimana sih kita bisa kerja di dunia nyata, bahkan sebelum kami lulus sebagai mahasiswa. Oke, seru banget deh program-program yang ada di BINUS.
Ada satu orang lagi nih yang bisa ngasih Bapak lebih banyak harapan, yaitu Tanwijaya. Beliau adalah leader IBM Asia Pacific. Bapak dan Ibu mau kenalan sama Pak Tanwijaya?
Wah, boleh banget, Mas.
Hai Bapak Ibu dan adik-adik sekalian.
Halo.
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 Apa kabar? Perkenalkan, nama saya Tanwijaya. Dulu saya juga kuliah di BINUS, sama seperti Michelle dan Andre. BINUS itu memiliki sistem dan kualitas pendidikan terbaik, serta memiliki target 2 dari 3 lulusannya bekerja di perusahaan global atau menjadi entrepreneur. Selain itu, 75% lulusan BINUS sudah bekerja sebelum wisuda. Luar biasa bukan? Tentunya itu bisa terjadi berkat bantuan dari dosen BINUS yang kompeten dan fasilitas yang mendukung proses pembelajaran. Contohnya, tersedia bisnis incubator class bagi mahasiswa yang ingin menjadi entrepreneur. Terdapat banyak lab dan fasilitas pendukung proses pembelajaran lainnya. Rektor BINUS juga pernah berkata,
pendidikan bukan hanya untuk menghasilkan orang yang cerdas saja, tapi yang penting adalah menghasilkan pribadi-pribadi yang mau berbuat untuk bermanfaat bagi orang lain. Sebagai perguruan tinggi Indonesia yang berkelas dunia, BINUS University selalu berkomitmen untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang berdaya saing tinggi, memiliki hard skill, soft skill, dan karakter yang baik, sehingga mampu menjadi profesional maupun entrepreneur muda yang sukses untuk memberdayakan masyarakat Indonesia.
saya setuju sekali dengan Pak Rektor. Kualitas sistem pendidikan dan juga kebermanfaatan mahasiswa dan alumni BINUS telah diakui oleh banyak pihak. BINUS University juga menggandeng rekanan industri seperti perusahaan-perusahaan besar seperti IBM dan banyak lagi, di mana mahasiswa bisa belajar, berkembang, yang memberikan pengalaman bekerja profesional atau industri ready. Terakhir, yang tidak kalah penting adalah ikatan alumni yang dimiliki oleh BINUS. Kami sebagai alumni bangga turut berkontribusi dan memberikan dampak positif bagi masyarakat. Surprise, ada orang tua mahasiswa BINUS juga nih yang ingin menyapa. Kita say hi.
Hai Bapak Ibu.
Halo.
Saya mau menambahkan, nggak apa-apa ya. Jujur, saya merasa sangat nyaman dan tenang ketika anak saya kuliah di BINUS. Saya dapat dengan mudah mendampingi pada setiap proses belajarnya. Yang membuat saya makin bangga adalah program internasionalisasi membuat anak saya memiliki wawasan serta tergabung dalam jaringan komunitas global. Serta semangat untuk berdampak bagi orang-orang di sekelilingnya.
Wih, mantap.
So, hi everyone. Hello. Good afternoon, all. So, ladies and gentlemen, and all of the fellow BINUSians, welcome to Studium Generale by BINUS University. So, I hope you're doing well today. I'm very excited to learn together with us, especially to enjoying some of our topic that we're really interested today for us. So, first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Cindy as the MC for today's event. So, before we begin to our main event, I would like to tell you a bit about Studium Generale. It's actually an event routine held by BINUS University in collaboration with the multinational companies and experts from all around the world. In this case, where we can discover and discuss new insights, knowledge, and especially about the topics that are currently on the trend right now. And today, we are very excited to have very interested speaker with ADA Asia. And of course, our main speaker is the Meta Malaysia to discuss on the topic of the unlock the potential of your WhatsApp presence. So, in short, today's topic will be presented by Mr. Justin Murugaya as the industry head of the Meta Malaysia. Maybe Mr. Justin would like to say hi to us first.
Hello, everybody. Greetings from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, so how's the Kuala Lumpur over there?
Weather's been really wet, but
All
good.
right. Okay, in Jakarta is very hot as usual, as the normal. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Justin, for the greetings. And the webinar will be moderated by the Miss Baik Yasmin as the representative of from the ADA Asia. Mr. Baik Yasmin would like to say hi to us.
Hello, everyone here. So I would like to inform you that Ega Salicia will be a moderator for the event. I think
Okay.
committee can unmute for Ega Salistia.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. You want to say hi to us?
Yes, hello everyone. Hello, Cindy, Mr. Justin.
Hello. Yes. Hi, Ega. Hope you're doing well today. So, yes, I hope that everyone is very excited for attending today's event. Yeah. I would like to remind all of you, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions related to our topic for today, you can ask directly to the chat column, or you may raise your hand during the Q&A sessions. We are very happy if you are able to interact with us through the chat, and also you may raise hand if you have some interesting questions. We can discuss it for the session. So, yep, we are very excited. If you guys may also update this activity by posting on your social media, especially on the Instagram. And then don't forget to mention to our official Instagram account at BINUS University Official. And then also by the end of the sessions, the committee will share a link for you to fill in order to receive today's Studium Generale certificate. I think that's the most very important for today's event. So I think without further ado, we would like to invite our moderator today, and the floor is yours, and you may start the webinar. So please.
Thank you, Ibu Cindy Cecilia. Hello everyone, good afternoon. It is a pleasure to have you all here. My name is Ega Salistia. I'm Business Messaging BD Senior Manager at ADA, and I'll be your moderator for today's event. Today we will have two main agenda. First is the Studium Generale.
Recording in progress.
The potential of your WhatsApp presence by Meta, and the launch of ADA Business Messaging Hackathon presented by ADA and co-powered by WhatsApp. First of all, on behalf of ADA, we would like to for this event and partner with ADA and give full support on arranging this event. We would also like to extend our gratitude towards all BINUSian that participate on today's Studium General and keen to challenge themselves to join and register to the ADA Business Messaging Hackathon competition later on. To give you an overview of what we'll be discussing on today's event, we'll be covering several topics that will be divided into several sessions. In the first session, we will dive into the topic of unlock the potential of your WhatsApp presence, presented by Mr. Justin Murugaya as the industry head of Meta Malaysia. Next, we will have a session for introducing ADA Asia, sharing about the landscape and business trend in customer engagement solutions, followed by some industry problem statement that will be presented by Pak Januar Wismoyo as the Managing Director Customer Engagement Solutions at ADA Asia. We will also have the Q&A session for these first two sessions, assisted by ADA and Meta team, and then continue to the third and the final session. In the third session, we'll be having the details about the competition, ADA Business Hackathon, presented by ADA and co-powered by WhatsApp, that will be explained by Nurulia Latifiana, our Business Messaging Manager at ADA. And also last but not least, in the fourth session, we will be having the details explanation on how to register on the ADA Business Messaging Hackathon that will be conducted by Willy Dwi Raharjo. Okay. Our presentation is not visible yet. Please kindly wait, everyone. Okay, hopefully it's visible now. Yes. So let me continue. And again, at the last session, we will be having some time for questions and comments at the end of the fourth session, and we'll be again assisted by ADA team and Meta team. And we also encourage for all participants to ask questions, share your thoughts and views as relevant feedbacks towards these 4 sessions. This is meant to be an interactive discussion, so don't hesitate to contribute with your insights. And also, we would like to inform you for the most important thing that we encourage all BINUSian to register your team and submit your ideas to get the certificate from ADA Business Messaging Hackathon, organized by ADA and co-powered by WhatsApp. Without further ado, let's get started. For the first session, I thank you, Mr. Justin Murugaya, for joining us today. Mr. Justin Murugaya is an industry head at Meta Malaysia, overseeing the telco, e-commerce, travel, and financial service industries. His core focus is to drive marketing solutions, which led to meaningful business impact for businesses through Meta's suites of solutions. Justin is also a strong advocate for Meta's business messaging solutions and speaks regularly on the topic to encourage business large and small to adopt it. Justin holds over 22 years of industry experience and has held positions within the realms of advertising, media, marketing, and also communications. And now with this brief background, I will welcome our main speaker for the Studium Generale, Mr. Justin Murugaya, for sharing his knowledge and views for the topic, Unlock the Potential of Your WhatsApp Presence.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Is that okay?
I think Mr. Justin is audible for now. For the team can unmute for the Mr. Justin, and Mr. Justin can also share your presentation directly.
Okay. Can you hear me? All good? All right. Just want to check everyone can hear me, right?
Mr. Justin, your presentation is visible now, but unfortunately, we still cannot hear you, sir.
On my side, I can still
Presentation
hear
is visible.
Mr. Justin.
Just cannot hear you yet right now.
We can hear Mr. Justin actually.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure everyone else can hear,
Okay,
though.
thank you very much, everyone. Mr. Justin, you can continue.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. My name is Justin. I'm an industry head at Meta Malaysia, and I'm really, really excited to for all of you today as I share our WhatsApp marketing solutions and where it is today in the consumer behavior and where it is today for businesses to really make the most out of it. So the first question is really about what's with all this buzz about business messaging, right? Why are so many businesses eager to leverage it? So I think it's important to set some context first. See, traditional channels used by businesses to communicate with customers, it can be frustrating. And I think when I say that, try to visualize this, I think you can relate to it, right? Calling via a phone means you may have the chance of getting put on hold, or you may get called during a very inconvenient moment. Emails, they do have low open rates, let's admit it. And then we have to deal with the problem of spam. And that is why we see consumers actually prefer business messaging over other communication methods, especially the traditional ones. So business messaging can build stronger customer connections. This is because people want to be able to communicate with businesses in the same way they speak with friends and family. So it's very personalized, it's very one-to-one. That is why business messaging has risen so much in the past few years. Now, messaging has also become a way of life. If you think about it, it creates a personal, immediate connection. That is why you see the numbers here speak for itself, right? 1 billion people message with a business, either with a business messaging account in the past year alone. Now, bring it home to closer to Indonesia. 82% of online adults in Indonesia message a business at least once a week. 82% of online adults in Indonesia message a business at least once a week in the country. So it has just burst into life, messaging, right? And it's become a way of life. Now, speaking of conversations, as a business, right, every opportunity to speak to a customer is an opportunity to close a sale or enhance an experience or build a relationship. So let me share with you some what we call conversation flows that businesses can engage with customers on WhatsApp. So with the WhatsApp business platform, you're able to unlock some real effective engagement features. I'm sure some of you have used it before. Things like product recommendations, you get offers pushed by certain brands on your WhatsApp app. You get updates on latest promo or latest order statuses. I'm sure some of you have already experienced it. So for brands, from selling to building relationships, the use cases suit a lot of marketers' awareness, point of consideration, point of sale, and also point of building relationships. So there are two, just to explain how this works in a WhatsApp ecosystem perspective. There are two types of conversations on the WhatsApp Business API. One, on the left there, the user-initiated, something user-initiated. Think customer care, general support inquiries. Those are normally user-initiated. And then on the right, business-initiated, where think post-purchase notifications. You want to track your delivery order. You want to measured response to a user inquiry, or if a business actually initiated a message to the user. So here's an example of a user-initiated conversation in a telco industry, right? So in the image, you can see the example of your user asking about how much data are they left because it's a prepaid phone, right? So they want to know how much data is left on his plan. It initiates that WhatsApp conversation with the business. So that's an example of how it's initiated on the user's end. Financial services, the use case example of user-initiated conversations include inquiring about their bank statements, maybe. They want to inquire about their loan balance, or even reporting lost or stolen credit cards, maybe, right? So in cases of emergency, there can be user-initiated cases as well. Now, can you imagine the frustration, right? If you remove the frustration you're able to remove as a bank when a user is not kept on hold, when they're trying to call the customer service to report a stolen card, and they'll put on hold. That is frustrating. So the whole idea of Meta coming out with solutions to remove these kind of friction points is to help businesses and customers build that better connection, right? So we want a zero friction future for business experiences. Now, when we turn this around from the lens of a business, what I spoke about was how the customer looks at it from their lens. Now, from a business perspective, there are two simple rules for utilizing business-initiated conversations. One, use a message template. WhatsApp message templates allow businesses to use pre-created or pre-approved templates even to send very structured messages to customers who have opted in to receive notifications. Now, templates, you will notice later on throughout today, you'll hear more of it, is templates are key in ensuring there's a smooth conversation or engagement with the customers. Secondly, second point here is ensure you have that user opt-in. User opt-in is a keyword here. In other words, permission from the user to actually receive messages is going to be key. We still want to respect people's privacy, right? Now, with both in place, you're able to engage your customers in a variety of ways. Now, in retail, in this slide, for example, retail or e-commerce, there are templates where you can drive product recommendations and also push offers. In financial services, in this next example, you can push product recommendations, offers of loans and cards, and also even to a point of verifying applications, right? For example, if someone wants to apply a loan, they can do it all through WhatsApp. And a business is able to do this because you have those message templates pre-approved by Meta already. Now, those use cases I explained, they're all well and good. Now, whether conversations are initiated by the user or by the business, messages on WhatsApp should follow these three key best practices, I would say, right? Key principles. The first one, always meet the expectations of the consumer. Don't do a WhatsApp campaign just for the sake of being on WhatsApp. Be relevant. Make sure you're solving a problem for the consumer. Meet their expectations on why you're there on WhatsApp with them. Secondly, be relevant in the experience and personalize the message. This is a one-to-one interaction opportunity which you don't want to go to waste. We know it's already so hard for marketers. It's so hard to even find time to get a person in front of you to speak, to sell, to educate. And WhatsApp is that perfect opportunity. Be as relevant as possible. Don't make that opportunity go to waste. Thirdly, be timely in your response. Business messaging with WhatsApp, especially, it allows for speed, right? Because you're working with chatbots. You're not really working with a live agent all the way, right? Take cases to a live agent. But end of the day, WhatsApp allows for speed, so don't waste that speed. Be able to deliver the solution to the problem the consumer has. Now that you kind of understand the conversation flows I mentioned about between users and businesses, it is just as important to understand the ways of driving discoverability, lead generation, closing sales through these conversations, right? It's one thing being able to engage and have conversations, but the question also, marketers have the question in terms of like, how do we even get people starting to engage us? How do we even get conversations starting, right? So ads that click to WhatsApp is actually one way of doing it. Now, see, there are already several entry points that can enable user-initiated messages if you're WhatsApp. From your website, from your product packaging, you could scan a QR code, from your chat link. All these are entry points that can prompt users to initiate a conversation with a business's WhatsApp. Then you might ask, then why do I even need ads, right? Well, actually, you still do, because ads that click to WhatsApp will help reach more audiences, will help the business reach more audiences. And with more audiences, you can create more awareness, optimize for through this, drive discoverability of your product and service. And with all of that, wouldn't it be nice to measure the business impact of it all? It's all well and good in creating all these opportunities, but without measurement, it may not mean anything. So you can measure all this impact that you're creating through ads because of the features that come with ads. And I'll speak a bit more about that. Now, ads that click to WhatsApp, they can be placed across our technologies, right? From, you can see here on the screen, on the Facebook feed, on the marketplace, on the Instagram feed. It enables businesses to connect with people no matter where they are on our platforms. The ads will appear at the right place, at the right time, being relevant to the state of mind of the user. Ads unlock the limitations of just conversing with your existing customers. It is an outreach tool. It helps people discover a solution of offerings and products. Here you can see a flow of how a person sees an ad on the left side. First, the first journey, they see an ad, and then they click on it. It initiates a conversation on WhatsApp, right to the end of a business closing a sale. So ads enable this point of discovery, and then the whole experience on the WhatsApp app itself. And how you close it, it really depends on how you build those chatbots. And I heard this now about the whole hackathon. The whole hackathon is supposed to help build these kind of experiences for businesses. So ads are important. Now, this is my last few slides actually. So driving sales and building loyalty. In this flow, an example of how the vertical financial services vertical or category is. You can see how an ad on Facebook creates awareness, the ad on the left there. And then upon clicking the ad, it initiates a conversation with the advertiser. It has a conversation to qualify the customer's eligibility, because it's a bank. They want lead quality. They want good quality leads for the product, right? And then it's up to the business how much of the conversation is controlled by the chatbot, or then alternatively passed on to a live agent to close the deal, maybe, because it requires more explanation of a product, maybe. Example of driving sales through in a retail category. This is a flow to amplify product offers, promotions. Businesses can design the flow to integrate shopping experiences with a physical shop, or just completely transact everything online. We know, look, reality is, for retail e-commerce, sometimes they have brick and mortar stores. How then can we use WhatsApp to also enrich or empower the user experience or the purchase journey from online to brick and mortar, or from brick and mortar to online? WhatsApp enables that. So businesses can be really, really creative in terms of how to bridge both the online world and the physical world as well. Okay. Now, finally, in building loyalty, WhatsApp and ads together provide businesses the opportunity to re-engage consumers who may have abandoned cart. You left the item in the cart, but you never really purchased it. You can re-engage them through notification. If you want to run ads, you can do remarketing ads to re-engage them again, to remind them. All this can be done through WhatsApp, regardless whether it's through the ads or through the app itself. So that's the end of my session. I just want to flesh this out again to emphasize the sheer volume and power of business messaging, particularly on WhatsApp. These are really, really exciting times. Capitalize on it, whether you're a marketer, whether you're a programmer trying to work on a hackathon, whether you're a sales agent. This is a really, really exciting time, particularly in Indonesia, to be honest, because WhatsApp's really, really booming there. And I hope I've imparted some good knowledge to you all. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Justin Murugaya, for sharing your knowledge and insights with us. I'm sure the audience has gained a lot of valuable insights from you today of what we can do with WhatsApp. I believe there are lots of questions, but let's hold it for now, as we're going to move on the second session and hear from our second speaker, Bapak Januar Wismoyo, as Managing Director Customer Engagement Solutions at ADA Asia. 18 years of professional experience in different telco-related functions. He started as a network management engineer in Indian Graha Electrica Force. In Excel Axiata, he led different functions like revenue assurance, wholesale business, international roaming partnership, and mass acquisition products and A2P business. Prior to ADA, he was the Senior VP of Revenue Management and Assurance in Indosat Ooredoo. In ADA, Bapak Januar Wismoyo is the Managing Director responsible for the customer engagement solutions in different markets like Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh. Please welcome Bapak Januar Wismoyo.
Okay, next. Hello, fellow BINUSian. Thank you for the opportunity. Myself is also a BINUSian. I studied in BINUS, I think back then 20 years ago, in 2001. Yeah, so thank you for the opportunity. Today I will share a bit more about business messaging landscape, and also about the business messaging hackathon that ADA is arranging with co-powered with Meta support. And right now, before I start my explanations further about the business messaging landscape, let me introduce first about ADA. ADA is an integrated growth partner that grows clients' top lines that we connect customer top lines through connected analytics, marketing, commerce, and customer experience. And the business messaging part is the part of how we introduce better customer experience, and the final outcome would be at the end of the day increasing clients' business. So our headquarters in Singapore and Malaysia, and we have operation in across 13 markets in Asia. We have a market, as you see in the map here. We have, of course, in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, most in the Southeast Asia, some South Asia country, and also in Korea and Japan. So we are a subsidiary of Axiata. We have among of our shareholders are also SoftBank and Sumitomo Corporation. Next. Okay, so we have served clients across the region and also from different verticals, from banking, telco, consumer goods, retail. Among of these brands that show here, I think most of you have been familiar with the names, and we are very delighted to have help these brands to grow their business, especially when it comes to customer engagement solutions through business messaging solutions. Next. So when we talk about landscape and business trends in customer engagement, so I think we have seen here, right, from the digital transformations and then customer centric omnichannel, these jargon, these buzzwords have been very, I think you have seen, most of you, right, tech enthusiasts in BINUS, right? So back then, before I think devices, right? So how the business happened, I think it's very different with right now. Maybe most of you, I think, still in 20 years old, so you can't imagine how the business happened in 20 years ago. And I think right now, as you embrace the digital transformation, business are increasingly surrounding the digital ecosystem, right? So the way people interact is no longer only in offline, but also adopting online potential, leveraging the online ecosystem. So from one way, when we talk about customer engagement in digital world, I think back then we talk about always one way, right? Maybe before we know it as a reach business, a one way from the business reaching out to the customer. But what happened without a customer revert back and give a introducing two-way of conversations, then it become a bit, we can say a bit odd and also a bit painful in terms of customer experience, because it's always one way communications, right? Customer or the user is not becoming a real subject of the conversations, but becoming like the object of the conversation itself. And when we talk about same line to the customer centric, when we talk about customer centric, when it always making the customer as an object, it doesn't allow the companies to organize the business and making the customer at the center of their operations, right? So when the business want to be more customer centric, they need to know more about the customer, and the way to know more is basically, of course, they need to do a different kind of operation that knows digging more data, collecting more information about the customer. And by having those capabilities, they utilizing a lot of different channel, like ads, like also like of course like WhatsApp, like different kind of channel. They want to try to provide a seamless customer experience. Then we call it as an omni-channel, where the brands trying to extract value from the data they have and getting a better customer experience for their own consumer, utilizing different channel, utilizing many channel, whatever possible channel. So we know the buzzword of omni-channel. The problem here is when we wake up in the morning, right? When you, for example, every single 30 minutes of your day, every half an hour, you constantly check which application. I think most of us will always check our WhatsApp. So the constant engagement is already there, right? So when we talk about omni-channel, it's not, now we need to think about not only the wide offering in the market, how many channels it is, but the depth or the depth of engagement, that the stickiness that the channel have been in the market, have been in the consumer life every day. So I think it's fair to say that each of us in our smartphone, we at least have 30 to 50 apps in our mobile phone, but we only few that we actually can take our attention, right? And then we constantly communicate through this communication channel, which is WhatsApp. Then how to utilize this? Then we will discuss it in the next slides, right? And then AI and automations. I think now the era of AI, and we talk about how we do automation, customer engagement, including in the customer engagement processes. We talk about chatbots, how to make the chatbots no longer painful, like a better virtual assistance, and then the process that can be automated and relevant to customer. How do we provide now? The question is, how do we provide a relevant customer experience, right? So now we talk about the first party data, right? So I think in many situations, in the last 5 years, when we talk about data, right? Data is everywhere. A lot of platforms have, harnessing data, creating a lot of personalization, segmentations of using data. But the problem is always surrounding the consent, user consent, right? And about the data privacy, security. Now people more and more conscious about and aware about their data privacy, right? Their how they should protect their data, their own data. So then the way people use data is no longer like transferring data, and it's no longer practical. We are going to enter like more and more cookieless world, right? And then a lot of devices start to turn off cookies. Maybe some of you also already start to turn off your notification. Your when the brands ask, do you give consent? You maybe you limit the consent, right? Those things, right? So when we talk about what is first party data? When we talk about first party data, it means that the business own data with the customer. So it's not like using other apps or other business data to do personalization. But now the brand can do, for example, the brand have apps, right? And then the apps collecting your consent. Do you give consent to use this app? Take example, a very simple example. You go to your often restaurant, and then the restaurant asks you, for example, to redeem a voucher, right? And then when they ask you to redeem a voucher, they collect all of your informations. Then the brand actually, right, the restaurant, keep your data, right, and become a first party data for their apps. So the interaction is between the brand, the restaurant to you. So next time they already know, oh, you are a regular to the customer, to the business, so they will do the engagement more directly. So they can do a more personalized, and it also guarantee a secure and private conversations, and they can do real-time engagement as well when they need to do engagement, right? So now, so now I think it makes sense to say that when we talk about omni-channel, right, especially in this case WhatsApp, and then AI, and then data, the first party data, how it makes the conversation more relevant, more accurate, more real time. I think when you most of you in this webinar later on want to submit for the hackathon, you might have some basic idea what you can do, and later on you can think further how to utilize all of this, ecosystem to get your submission, your idea better and stands out from the rest. Thank you. Next, evolution of the chatbots. So I think first we talk about, I think many years ago we talked about FAQ automation. I think most of you have tried to contact some brands, and then from the customer service, there's a standard chatbot reply to your whatever query you have, and then the Q&A become a bit more how to say fixed. It's like quite very limited, because the options are very limited, and then the context is very limited as well. And then the goal was, I think at that time, we need how to make this information can be more accurate, right? And then how after we have this FAQ automation, then the industry start to think, okay, maybe we should define a chat flow, right? So then the if then logic can be structured, so then the brand can actually try to customize their own chat flows, and then customize their own needs. And then it become not only one-way Q&A and multi-turn of Q&A, that can be like a lot of series, and the series of the Q&A can be automated, right? The goal was automation. Then after that, how to make the conversation become more contextual, to bring context. Then they integrate with the CRM, data of the marketing, right? The platform, and then maybe CDP, and solve some basic queries, having understanding about the audience, right? And it can solve basic queries. Then the goal was the CSAT, right? And then the last one, after that, how to make the conversation become more natural, become more like human, right? It's not like we are talking to some bots, although it's a chat bot. So now we think about introducing the AI, embedding AI. I think it's already there, right? A lot of NLP solutions there, and then and basically can deliver better, more human conversations. And then the analytics also, not only the conversation, but also it gives a lot of insights through AI. And when we know the customer better, we talk more likely like a natural communications. And then now the goal is the return of the investment itself. Next. So I think chatbots have emerged as a solution to various industry problems. Justin actually already talked about how the painful situation, I think you might also relate to this, right? You might have already had some experience, right? Having issue with your bank, or credit cards, or something that you need to queue, like calls, and then the availability is not there, it's very busy. So then the chatbots now have actually become an emerging solutions to address this industry problem, from the availability to address how to be more efficient and then cost effective, and then have a consistent of answer, right? And then reduce human error, of course, and then how to automate this, right? And then also from chatbots, we also not only giving but also collecting, including collecting insights, pain points from the customer. So I think from these chatbots later on, it will be able to, we can scale the business, right? And scale the conversation itself. Next. Yeah, so a lot of potential use cases have been addressed by Justin. I think template messages is there. I think Justin have inform in more detail about what, and also visualize about what we can do. But for the material of hackathon, I think there are 4 categories. Later I will just give that list the for list later, but at least this is just to trigger some thoughts, right? So forget about only chatting, right? It's not only about chatting to your friend, chatting to, it's not like a small medium business account using WhatsApp with the integrations of CRM, with the integrations of data, AI, and everything. We can bring a lot more use cases, right? And then we also can integrate to the kind of payment system, creating an add to cart purchasing system, sharing locations, product catalog, member registration, a lot of use cases in the, for example, in this case, in the retail. And then also we can do in automotive, similarly, right? Enabling test drive, scheduling test drive, renewal, reminder, service, and then answering to a lot of routine, like standard questions, dealer locators, for example, workshop locators, a lot of those things, right? Post sale supports. These are some ideas that you can use for automotive use cases. And next, I think now we talk about the industry problem statement. So in the business hackathon, in the business messaging hackathon, we start from the industry problem that we want to solve. What problem that we want to solve, right? Then how the solutions that you craft can stand out. And how also need, but this is not the first and the foremost, right? The first and the foremost is the industry problem that we want to solve. How to make the solution stands out from the rest. And then also to put into the thoughts also how to make it commercially viable, right? Next. So the first problem statement. So we have 4 problem statements. The first one is optimizing travel experience. So this is the first problem statement that you want to ideate in the hackathon. Yeah, this is category 1. So optimizing how you want to you want to use WhatsApp to optimize travel experience. I think in the past, our granddads or our parents still contact some manually, right? Make a phone calls to the travel agent and then try to create a booking, and then with a lot of timing, right? Time consuming, right? So how do we actually using WhatsApp to transform the experience, right? And then so then it can boost the sales, improve customer experience, streamline travel related processes, integrating through external system. Don't forget, your WhatsApp can integrate with many third-party systems, right? So it can be more, much more in the way sophisticated and advanced solution. Next. And then how do we transform healthcare? The first one is travel. The second one is healthcare. Same. How you want to use AI, for example, right? How you want to use data integrations to solve the problem in healthcare. What is your pain points in healthcare? Think about what is the industry pain points in healthcare and how you want to solve it. How do we want to empower patients to seek medical advice using WhatsApp to access personalized health information? Think from the customer journey, think from the industry point of view as well at the same time. I think that's also I think number 2, right? Number 3, how we enable conversational commerce, right? And then the mission is to reimagine how we actually do transactions, right? I think the marketplace is there. The e-commerce, like online commerce, is already very established. Right now, I think most of us buy in online, but how do we actually go further beyond it, right? How do we use WhatsApp that we wake up accessing WhatsApp, before sleep access WhatsApp? How do we use all in one from WhatsApp to solve all these problems? Introducing conversational commerce in WhatsApp. Next. And also, how do we want to improve access to the quality of improve the quality of engagement for educations, learning experience through WhatsApp, and you can ideate a lot of things. I think this might be very, very relevant as you are all mostly currently studying in university. As BINUSian, you might have a lot of ideas, right? And then build a WhatsApp chatbot that can actually create inclusive learning experience, right? This is also very very important words, right? How do we able to democratize education using WhatsApp, for example? A lot of things from here, and you can trigger a lot of ideas. So what we have done, I think this is just a example for triggering some conversations, triggering some ideas. Okay, so this is what we do with Dandan, right? I think pharmacies, commerce, and then you can do like selection category here, and then also checking nearest store locations, and then there are some options for the store that you can access, and then you can also do some chat commerce here, right? Buying online, add to cart, and then and it goes to the store location. Yeah. So I think this is one. Next. And also, for example, beauty consultations. This is just an example, right? And the right side is also chat commerce, right? Example on the buying products, watch product, for example. Then there are selections of category, and then you can also do some similarly like the previous chat commerce that I have shown. You can select the product and do payment instantly. Okay, next. Yeah, and then chatbot with AI and NLP, and as I said, right, I think earlier we talked about a very stiff or unnatural conversation, but now with AI and NLP, you can see that the flows of the communication can be a lot relevant, and also a lot human at the same time. Yeah, I think some slangs is there, right? I think like for example bahasa right there, saya nggak tahu is like it's not in bahasa Indonesia that is formal bahasa Indonesia, right? Then a lot of different selection. Then for example the case of insurance here, they can download the policy automatically, the policy of the insurance automatically, and then also they can do claim for the WhatsApp itself. So a lot of things can be done. And this is just one. Next. Okay, this one is I think a loan or P2P, but it's more on the not on the marketing side, but on the reminder of the payment. So then the experience of the payment reminder can actually better than a phone call. That you can also store the reminder, and maybe you can do some marking for the reminder, then make you not forget to, for example, to pay the loan. Next. I think that's it, and I over to Ega for the Q&A.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pak Januar, for sharing your experience and views with us. What a fruitful insights we got from you today, Pak. And now let's open the floor for questions from the audience, whether it is related to the WhatsApp solution in general or related to the business messaging hackathon specifically. And also, I would like to inform that having a question, you can drop the question in the chat box. Please also state your name, your faculty or major, and to whom the question will be addressed to before asking the question. So yeah, please drop the question on the chat box. Yeah, thank you. We have Lisbeth here from the 29 alumni. She has shared about the experience that WhatsApp already help her throughout the support the business and the catalog from the WhatsApp use case. Thank you, Lisbeth. Is there any question from all the participants here, or maybe we can continue to the next session? As an FYI, we also have the Q&A session at the end of the fourth session later on. Okay, then maybe we will keep the question on the last session after the fourth session is ended. So right now, we will start to deep dive into the details about the competition held by ADA and co-powered by WhatsApp, ADA Business Messaging Hackathon that will be explained by Nurulia Latifiana as Business Messaging Manager at ADA Asia. Mbak Lulu, over to you now.
Oke, thank you Ega. Selamat sore teman-teman mahasiswa BINUS. Semoga dalam keadaan sehat. Perkenalkan saya Nurulia dari dari BD ADA. Di sini saya akan menjelaskan terkait event ADA yang bekerja sama dengan Meta dalam event Business Messaging Hackathon 2023 dengan tema Build the Future of Conversation on WhatsApp yang diselenggarakan dari mulai 17 Juli sampai 11 Oktober 2023. Nah, di dalam event Hackathon 2023 ini, kami mengundang para mahasiswa dari berbagai universitas terbaik di 3 negara di Indonesia, Malaysia, dan juga Singapura yang memiliki antusias terhadap teknologi, future entrepreneur, dan software developer untuk berkompetisi dalam mengembangkan idea, passion, dan innovation di dalam kancah kompetisi internasional ADA Business Messaging Hackathon 2023. Next. Oke. Adapun tujuan dari event ini yaitu mendapatkan ide-ide brilian, innovation thinker, dan juga passionate individual dari teman-teman mahasiswa, khususnya mahasiswa BINUS di sini untuk bisa memonetize dan build chatbot solution yang meleverage the power of WhatsApp ke dalam industri bisnis. Sehingga kita bisa membantu bisnis engage dengan customer mereka. Nah, semoga teman-teman mahasiswa di sini sudah mulai kebayang ya dari insight yang sebelumnya disampaikan oleh Mr. Justin dan juga Pak Jalan explore dan monetize dan juga ide solve yang ingin kalian kembangkan di dalam event ini. Adapun hadiah yang kami sediakan di dalam event ini senilai 2.500 atau ketika di-convert kepada IDR yaitu 400 juta rupiah. Sorry, ini bisa dilanjutkan.
Baik, terima kasih. Baru selamat sore rekan-rekan BINUS semuanya. Oke, untuk kali ini saya akan menjelaskan bagaimana kita mendaftarkan tim kita untuk melakukan proses hackathon ataupun perlombaan di sini. Mungkin boleh next slide-nya. Ini next slide lagi. Oke, nah nanti rekan-rekan akan dikirimkan link yang bisa diakses. Kemudian nanti setelah mengakses link tersebut kita bisa mendaftarkan tim kita, tim yang sudah kalian bentuk untuk cari timnya. Nah, di sini ada proses submission ya. Itu pertama itu ada nama timnya, kemudian di sini ada email dari tim tersebut atau PIC-nya, kemudian ada nomor telepon ataupun nomor PIC dari tim. Dan yang terakhir di sini ada asal negaranya, karena kita di sini selenggarakan hackathon dari 3 negara, ada Singapura, Malaysia, dan Indonesia. Jadi jangan lupa di submit sesuai formnya dengan data kita ataupun data kalian sendiri. Kemudian setelah register dari timnya, nah itu di step kedua ada submission dari ide ataupun permasalahan yang kalian pilih sendiri dan kemudian nanti kalian akan carikan solusinya seperti apa. Oke, kemudian boleh next slide-nya. Oke, kemudian saya akan menjelaskan rules submission-nya seperti apa. Di sini ada 4 tahapan. Yang tahapan pertama di sini ada registration, jadi jangan dilewatkan untuk registrasi dari tim kalian yang sudah kalian bentuk. Yang kedua itu ada submission dari ide-idenya, itu detailnya itu kita buat dalam bentuk PowerPoint ataupun PDF format. Itu yang pertama harus ada problem statement ataupun judul statement-nya itu seperti apa yang sudah dijelaskan oleh Pak Januar sebelumnya. Itu ada 4 industri segmen. Yang pertama itu ada travel, yang kedua ada healthcare, yang ketiga ada conversational commerce, yang terakhir ada education. Jadi kalian bisa memilih 4 topik industri segmen tersebut yang bisa kalian jadikan case study ataupun kalian cari nih problemnya itu ada apa aja. Jadi kalian bisa melakukan problem solving dari permasalahan yang ada dari 4 industri tersebut melalui dengan WhatsApp chatbot ataupun WhatsApp Business API. Jadi kalian bisa tentukan itu permasalahan seperti apa, kemudian nanti penyelesaiannya seperti apa. Oke, kemudian nanti kalian bisa juga tambahkan dengan supporting diagram. Jadi permasalahan yang sudah kalian selesaikan kalian bisa detailkan dalam bentuk diagram. Kemudian tahap kedua di sini nanti masuk ke dalam 400 tim yang akan kami pilih di sini. Jadi yang pertama itu kalian harus submission, registration. Yang kedua di sini nanti kalian harus bisa membantu itu berapa user itu yang dapat mengakses WhatsApp tersebut. Yang kemudian yang ketiga itu ada high level implementation diagram. Jadi kalian bisa buat high level diagram juga untuk detail problem solving itu seperti apa. Yang keempat itu ada pembuatan mockup ataupun use case-nya. Di sini kita juga memberikan link-nya. Jadi kalian bisa membuat link, bisa membuat use case-nya itu menggunakan WhatsApp Thread Builder. Jadi setelah kalian buat idenya, kalian tuangkan di dalam bisnis Thread Builder-nya. Yang kemudian step kelima itu ada tools dan tech stack-nya yang bisa kalian gunakan. Kalau misalnya ada integration API di sana, jadi problem solving ataupun masalah kalian itu mau kalian selesaikan dengan menggunakan API itu bisa-bisa saja di WhatsApp-nya, WhatsApp chatbot-nya. Kemudian di sini kalau misalnya ada algoritma machine learning, kalian bisa juga sertakan. Kemudian berikutnya, kenapa sih kita harus memilih solusi kalian itu sebagai pemenang ataupun sebagai kandidat juaranya di sini. Nah, yang kemudian bagaimana kemampuan kalian itu mencahkan masalah itu yang membantu perusahaan tersebut bisa mendorong saya masalah ke customer. Kemudian yang round ketiga ataupun tahap ketiganya di sini nanti kita akan memilih 20 peserta yang beruntung di sini yang sesuai dengan rules yang kita sudah buat. Nanti setelah pemilihan atau setelah seleksi kita kelompokkan 20 tim tersebut, dia akan kami berikan akses ke WhatsApp Business API, kemudian nanti bisa melakukan implementasi ataupun integrasi dari ide-ide yang sudah ditentukan ataupun sudah dikembangkan oleh rekan-rekan semua. Kemudian ada ronde yang terakhir nanti ataupun tahap keempat, jadi nanti kalian bisa mempresentasikan ataupun menjelaskan permasalahan yang ada, kemudian nanti bagaimana kalian menyelesaikan masalah tersebut. Oke, kemudian jangan lupa untuk rekan-rekan lakukan registrasi dan submission. Ini kami tunggu paling lambat itu di tanggal 11 September. Jadi lakukan kedua step tersebut, registration dan submission untuk mendapatkan sertifikat from ADA Business Messaging Hackathon 2023. Oke, mungkin sekian tadi rules yang bisa saya sampaikan. Mungkin saya kembalikan ke Mbak Ega.
Yeah, thank you, Willy. And now as our reminder again to you all, the audiences here, Please don't forget to register and submit your ideas by registering today. And we're waiting for the submission until the latest on 11th of September. And for you to get the certificate from ADA Business Messaging Hackathon and co-powered by WhatsApp. Okay. I saw here there are several questions that's already put on the chat box. Maybe I will address this first question from Poppy Chitramlati. The question is, maybe I will address it to Mr. Justin and also Mr. Yukesan from Meta. How do we maximize the benefit of WhatsApp story according to Pixel ADA and analytic by Meta system? So maybe we can also re-explain again regarding to the details of WhatsApp business platform or WhatsApp business API, since the WhatsApp story is not part of the solution here. But over to you, Mr. Justin and Mr. Yukesan. Mr. Yukesan, Mr. Justin, are you still there? Or if not, then maybe I can over this question to be elaborated by Pak Januar for this. So, yeah. Oh. Yukesan, yeah, Yukesan, are you still there? Maybe from the BINUS team can unmute Yukesan for answering the question.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here, and really good to be speaking to all of you. Really takes me back to my college years, and I'll tell you, like, the college years and the university years are the most fun years that you'll ever have in your life. So do take the opportunity to have as much fun as you can, and also kind of like learn as much as you can during this period in time. So I think the question really is, how do we maximize the benefit between the Meta platform and also the ADA partnership? I think Meta and ADA, we share a really strategic partnership. I think the good thing here is that ADA is a company that has a lot of experience running messaging platforms and also marketing platforms, right? So I think one good thing that we have seen coming out of our partnership is that they understand what the businesses need in order for them to grow their businesses through marketing, and they're able to apply that to the WhatsApp business messaging platform. So when the businesses onboard themselves onto WhatsApp, they remain very contextual, and they're able to engage their customers very seamlessly. I think we look forward to scaling business messaging together with ADA, rapidly across Asia Pacific. And one of the ways that we are doing that is by really learning from the communities like you guys today. And hence why we want you to also participate into this hackathon, so that we can build new ideas, scale those ideas, and we continue to learn from those ideas, and we reiterate in what we build going forward. So that's really how we look at this partnership and maximizing the benefit of the WhatsApp platform in partnership with ADA. I hope that answers the question.
Yep. Okay. So I think I actually also want to give some answer for the questions from Poppy. How do we maximize the benefit of WhatsApp story according to Pixel ADA and analytic by Meta system? So I think for WhatsApp, right, I think we need to explain as well. In this hackathon, right, I think we are talking about WhatsApp business platform. So WhatsApp business context. It's not for the WhatsApp person to person. So there are at least we need to differentiate between WhatsApp as a personal how to say conversation tools person to person, and also WhatsApp business platform that we can integrate and use by business. And when brand have WhatsApp business, they have the identifications in the WhatsApp. They have the green tick verifications for the big business enterprises. So then also at the back, they can integrate with their system. They can do automations and do and can scale their conversation to the customer using the WhatsApp business platform. So it's not so the hackathon here is not meant for person to person WhatsApp, but more on the enabling brand or enterprises communication to WhatsApp. That's what that's to the consumer. So that's why our category is there are four. One, the travel. I repeat again, the travel industry. Second is the healthcare industry. The third one is a conversational commerce from brand to the consumer, and the consumer reach out to the brand. And then number four is the education industry. So education ecosystem and university, schools, and then any institutions that works in the educational sector. I think that's to just to complement what Yuke-san from Meta have shared.
Okay, thank you, Mas Jen and Yuke-san. Okay, let's move to the next question. We also have here from Ms. Beth. What's the next project planning from WhatsApp to support the businesses? Since again, she already have like a good experience using WhatsApp already. Over to you, Yuke-san and Mas Januar.
I think about what WhatsApp can do, right? I think further, I think they have plenty of capabilities already in WhatsApp. So the fact that WhatsApp can integrate to a different system itself is actually unlock so big scale of opportunities, right? That's one. Secondly, the capability to embed like AI capability, and then also embed a lot of things, right? Including payment systems and all those things, right? Can actually transform a lot of things. So the idea is, I think right now, what we are seeing right now in Indonesia, especially, I think you all have used WhatsApp, and then what you will receive is always promotion. And then how do we want to transform the business, right? And make the user experience is much better, right? And then imagine an app, right? The app that you use in the morning till night, every 30 minutes you already open again your WhatsApp, or maybe even now in each 5 minutes, right? You open again your WhatsApp. So how you want to use that app to transform the lives in at least in those four industries that we are talking about. So let's think about that, right? And then what capability, those are that we are currently exploring. So the feature is currently already very good, right? And then I think a lot of releases capabilities will be in the future. Of course, Yuke-san, we cannot put Yuke-san here to talk it right now. There are a lot of plans, and when the time is right, I think they will just announce it and launch it. So I think as a good partner, Yuke-san, I ask your permission to share this, and if you want to add more information, go ahead, please. Are you audible right now?
You're still on mute, Yuke-san, actually.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. The host is needs to unmute me. Thank you so much for that. So I think there's a lot of things in play at the moment, but I'll tell you something that I'm at liberty to share. I think currently what Justin spoke about earlier, which is click to WhatsApp ads, is a major focus area for us as a company. And the reason why is because, as more and more businesses become very conversational in nature, to adapt to the user behavior currently, what we want to also be able to do is to enable them to engage their customers and grow their businesses through that same channel, right? If you look at the traditional way of doing advertising, I think typically when you see an advertisement online, when you click it, you go to a website, and then you're then presented with, the website view, and you have to go through the website by yourself. But being conversational, you can very quickly, figure out what you want within the menus that the businesses kind of set up in WhatsApp. And that also allows you, if you're a business owner, it also allows you to keep that communication channel with your customers. And whenever your customer needs to learn more or need more information from you, they can come back to the same channel and message you, and then you can interact with them and solve their problems, right? I think that's really a major focus area for us. You will see a lot more things coming up now and then when we launch them. But I think generative AI is also something very big that is happening in the industry today, and you will see Meta talking about this a little bit more going forward.
Yeah, thank you very much, Yukesh and Mas Jan. We also have 2 questions here. The next one is from Muhammad Rafi Hakim. Let me state the question again. There's a fair amount of controversy regarding about usage of AI replacing human factor, even in business conversation. Many people still skeptical of AI delivering somewhat inaccurate solutions and providing tense conversations, something that they believe didn't get when doing normal human-to-human conversation. How today's technology and Meta refine their AI systems, especially for this QA stuff. Thank you.
Maybe I can quickly take that question. So I'm not from the AI work stream in Meta, but I guess what you're referring to is chatbots generally, right? So I think chatbots generally, it's a learning process, and as there is more and more interactions between the chatbot and the customers, we strive to learn from that and make the chatbot better, more contextual, and more relevant for the user. It also depends on the knowledge base that the businesses use for those chatbot experiences, right? Say, for example, if I have a chatbot and I want to use this chatbot to serve the customer service use case, if I don't give it enough FAQs, for example, that can address the multitude of questions that customers may have, then it may not provide the right responses to the users, right? So I think it really goes both ways. In summary, I think it's a matter of training up the chatbot to provide more contextual, engaging experience. And also we continue to learn from the interactions that we see users having with those chatbots.
Thank you, Resan. Actually, we also have a similar question from Yanwar Dwi Erdiansyah here, maybe already elaborate and answered earlier. But again, if Mas Januar and also Yukesan also want to repeat it again, for sure. I will repeat the question here. Today, WhatsApp already used for marketing promotion and survey point and already useful. But what does WhatsApp ADA and Meta project milestone look like for the future?
Yeah, again, I think if I may also repeat, right, the answer. I think right now you are right. WhatsApp being used a lot for marketing and promotions. That is a although it's like only you think it's only for marketing and promotion. However, I think the brand also is not without reason to choose WhatsApp because of the high engagement rate, high conversion rate. So because for marketing and promotion, I think the North Star is how's the conversion rate, right? How's the ROI for the marketing and promotion? So in fact, WhatsApp have been very good in terms of delivering that, and how we can take it further, right? So as I shared earlier, on top of marketing, there are at least Justin also have shared about this, right? There are also a notification capability. Imagine that you do something and then you got your notification from WhatsApp, right? Notification is a bit different than marketing, right? Because notification is like an information published to you for your own interest. Because, for example, you subscribe to a certain services, you do, for example, regular, for example, let's say, take example, right? In hospital, you have checkup, right? And then suddenly you got notification, hey, your test result of your medical MCU, for example, have already released. You can go to the hospital, hear the hospital address, and then the maps, and you can collect it, right? Or they can also send it through if I mean the information is not sensitive and on those things according to Meta policy, then it can be arranged. So those things are some example how the behavior of our daily lives help, right? And also industry can be transformed having this capability. So imagine the power of conversations, right? And then also transactions. You buy stuffs, you pay maybe your bills for electricity, you pay this and that, a lot of things in WhatsApp. And you can do a lot of also services, right? Talk to your customer, get insight from your customer. A lot of things, not only on the business initiated, but also customer initiated, user initiated from the consumer, tell the brand how they feel about the brand. So this is a very, very, how to say, very expensive, right? For the brand to know about the customer and to hear from the customer directly. So I think that's how we can see that happening.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Januar. You guys, you want to add something here?
No, I completely agree and echo what Januar just said.
Okay, thank you, guys. So let's move to I think this will be our last question. So from Kirana Zahra, what metrics or indicators can businesses track to measure the success of their AI implementation on WhatsApp business? You guys, and maybe you're the right person to answer about this question.
Actually, I will divert this question to Pak Januar. I think he has more experience in this than I do. But I think this is a really, really good question. Maybe Pak Januar, you want to take this? Oops, sorry. Can the host please unmute Pak Januar?
Okay, so I think when we talk about outcome, right? I think what the business have their own data, right? So when they do integrations, for example, to their own CDP, customer data platform, their own CRM. So we can't imagine only a channel without system at the back, which capture all the response that processes and then correlate the response to the personas that actually asking for such questions. So also there's campaign, right? I think when you do campaign in for example in Facebook, Instagram, you can actually also able to capture the the benefit of doing your ads. The thing is, when we have only ads, then the question is, how do we materialize the ads to become a true sales, right? You do like broadcast campaign or ads placement and those things. Then how we actually can change that, right, to become a sales. Then you need that's why there's a click to WhatsApp, right? When you click, then the conversation is there, and then you can do the checkout from your shopping cart or whatever you can do, but you can follow up the leads directly, immediately, and then the sales can happen. So that's also when you design the customer or the journey end to end until the checkout, then you can actually talk about cost per sales, how much your cost and then how much your sales you can get from the ads, from all these campaign activities. Or at least if you just go to the click to WhatsApp, from the click only, right, you can capture what the cost for the cost per leads, right? Or at least in the ads, then maybe the basic, the CPM, cost per mile, cost per impressions, those things, right? But I think different ways of how we construct the journey of the placement, ads placement, click to WhatsApp, follow up with conversation, it can actually make the journey become and the funnel become end to end. Yeah, I think that's my view. Hope I answer your question.
Thank you, Mas Jan. Is there any question we have here? Is there more question? Okay. Then if there's no more question asked, then we have come to the end of our event. Before we close this session, again, thank you, Kesan, Mas Januar, and also Mr. Justin. Let me briefly summarize the main points and the takeaways from our speakers. Earlier, we have heard from the two amazing speakers. We have given different perspective, knowledges, and insight on the importance of WhatsApp nowadays as the channel to connecting brands while they're reaching out to their customers, and also allow them to have significant engagement with its existing and their potential customers. Both speakers have shown us how WhatsApp is a dynamic and evolving channel, and as the medium that offers many opportunities, features, and use cases to accommodate the challenges faced by brands nowadays. They also have shared with us some of the best practices and the study case to learn more about the WhatsApp use case. From the ADA Business Messaging Hackathon competition also, we once again want to encourage all BINUSian to register your team, to submit your ideas, to get the certificate from ADA Business Messaging Hackathon organized by ADA and co-powered by WhatsApp. We hope you enjoyed this evening and gained some valuable knowledge, also inspiration from speakers. We also have Mas Jan here one last time. He wants to add something before we close this agenda.
Thank you. So I think just to have a final reminder, please do your registration submission for the hackathon, right? The link is there. If you fail to copy the link or you cannot access it, you can check in our LinkedIn, right? ADA Singapore. I think that's in the LinkedIn, right? So you can check our LinkedIn. You can also follow our LinkedIn here, either me or Yukesan or Yasmin. We from time to time post the events detail, how to register, or you can visit our website, ADA Business Messaging Hackathon. So I think thank you so much. It's such a pleasure, especially for me, a BINUSian that come back to the campus here and speak in the in my campus. Greetings to sharing to all BINUSian as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, for your participation. Thank you.
Again, I would like to thank you all the speakers once again for their time and expertise, and I would also like to thank the ADA team and also BINUS University for making this event possible. Finally, I would like to thank you all BINUSian for joining us today. I hope you have learned something new and useful from today's agenda, and don't forget to register to the ADA Business Messaging Hackathon. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day. Over to Cindy again.
All right.
Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Ega. So thank you, Mr. Januar and Mr. Justin also for sharing us very fruitful discussion, very interesting topic that will be very high interest for us to be able to learn more about the role of the WhatsApp itself. It's not only about the chat era also, but we can expanding into like the businesses, like the leads, like how we collaborate with other business as well. So I think to end this session again, I would like to remind you again to have a photo session together with our speakers as well. So everyone, I hope that you can open your cam and using the virtual background that we sent to you, and then we can do the photo session together. So yes, I'm still waiting for all of the participants to turn off the camera and using our virtual background that we've sent through our chat column. So we really hope that all of the participants has engaged a lot of like knowledge, especially to collab with the WhatsApp and all itself. So it's very interesting. Thank you so much for the ADA team and the Meta Malaysia. Yeah, it really appreciate for us to be able to become our speaker on this Studium Generale session. So I'm still waiting for all of the participants to be able to open the camera. All right. Okay, so I think it's cool enough for us to have a moment to express our smile to end up this session. So yes, let me count on it. So 1, 2, 3. Once again. All right, so once again. 1, 2, 3. All right, so yeah, thank you all. Thank you for sharing this session. Really appreciate the time. Would like to remind again to fill in the link that Comet has shared before in order to receive the e-certificate. You can also scan the QR code on the screen to fill the exit ticket. So I'm Cindy as today's MC. Would like to apologize for any mistakes. Thank you so much for the attention and goodbye everyone. See you in another next Studium Generale. Bye everyone. Bye ADA team. Bye Meta Malaysia. Thank you so much for today's.